Hi everyone, and pardon me, and welcome to Monday Night Stamping. This is a place where we come together and connect, and we chat, and we create, and just have some creative fun together. Just while everybody's popping on, I'll just take a moment to introduce myself. I'm Lillian from Stamper's Niche, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you from Alberta, Canada. And today's date is, believe it or not, July the 29th, 2024. I can't believe there are only a few more days left in July. So I don't know about you, but maybe you've caught Olympic fever and you're busy watching the Olympics tonight. Or maybe you're busy doing some summer types of things these days. But welcome and thank you for spending tonight with us. If you are watching the replay, welcome as well. Make sure you say hi regardless. And if you're watching on YouTube, say hi there too, please. And make sure you hit that subscribe button. So welcome everybody. And speaking of Olympics, maybe share, I don't know, one of the Olympic events that you really enjoy, or are you more into the human interest stories? I know that our Canadian news channel likes to introduce us to some of the athletes and give some of the background story, and I am really quite like that too. I like to know the story behind the people. So share that and maybe share what you're doing these days while we go down to our desktop. So let's see if I can make this work tonight. There we go. And we'll go down. And we've got this happening here. There we go. We can get this a little closer. So, do any of you have some happy news you want to share? We had a great weekend. Is it frozen? There's a good question, Bonnie. Is everybody else frozen? It shouldn't be, I don't think. I just brought it up on my screen and it doesn't seem frozen. Maybe go back out and come back in, Bonnie. See if that helps. There we go. Yes, so many different sports to watch, and I quite like it. It's a great thing, and I take my crafting and do it, or my husband loves to work on jigsaw puzzles, so I help him with that, or just even while we're eating, we watch it. So, oh, yay, Bonnie, welcome. I'm glad you're unfrozen, and sorry to hear about your injury. I hope you're doing okay. Nothing worse than having to be in a cast during this hot weather. So I hope you're doing okay. All right, welcome everybody. And I will first off touch base on the card we did last week. So this is the card. It was, I think we called it a double box card that we did. And then we showed this version here like that. And remember, you can write on the back. And then we showed this version here. So basically, you just need to create a card front and pop it on. And I suggested that if you wrote the word yes in the comments on the day after the Facebook Live, I'd send one of these cards to one of you. So Lynn, your name was drawn, so I will send this card to you in the mail. So congratulations, Lynn. And you have that to look forward to. So just a couple of things just before we go to tonight's card, which I'm excited to share with you. First off, if you want the Stampin' Up! Mini catalog, the one that's coming out that will be available to order from in September, unless you're a demonstrator, we can order in August. Make sure you request one. Now, if you have your own demonstrator, please reach out to them. But if you don't and you live in Canada, I would be happy to make sure you get one. But you need to let me know. And here is the link right here to let me know. Afterwards, I will put it in the description as well. So just request yours. I am ordering them likely tomorrow night. Or early Wednesday morning, so make sure you get that request in. The other thing to remember is that there are online exclusives, and there are some really great things there. We're going to use some of them tonight. So if you go to my online store, you can see it there. So July is almost over. What is ending in July? So some of the things that have been available in July are going to end. And so if there's something you want, you need to respond quickly. One is my Use Your Stash One Sheet Wonder class to go. If you wanted to earn that as a free item, I was gifting that to anyone who placed a $60 order or more in July. You would receive that class for free. So if you have an order and you're ready to put it in and it's near $60, make sure you get it there, because not only will you get this class for free, you will also earn bonus dollars. So if you submit a $60 order, this is in Canada, you get $6 bonus coupon to use in August. So here it explains it. So you earn a $6 coupon for every $60 you spend, and then you can redeem it in August, so you can save money in August too. So, but these things are all ending, not the online exclusives, but these two things, bonus days and to get this class for free, they're ending. So act quickly if that's something that interests you. All right. Now, how many of you, have you ever found a card layout that you use again and again and again? You just love it. I have found one like that, and I received it as a swap. Now, I've done something similar in the past, but it's been a while. So I received, well, actually, I made this card at I've forgotten the name. I'll have to tell you. But it was one of the make and takes, and it was created by Sue Patrsyk. I'm not sure I'm saying her name correctly, but Sue designed this card, and we did it as a make and take. And what I love about it is the 3 pieces of paper that go here. So this is designer paper. Then she used designer paper as this panel and added a die here. She did a bit of stamping in the background and then put the words down here and added some embellishments and some wonderful layers. So we're going to make this style, this card layout, but we're going to go a little bit different because it is the Olympics, right? And we think of metal, gold, silver, bronze medals. So I thought, well, we could go for the gold tonight and feature some metallics. In fact, for the next 2 weeks, I think I'm going to zero in metallics a little bit just to celebrate the Olympics. So on page 110 in the catalog, you see a few great designs here. You see some information here about some of the things you can see more information about online. So these metallic gems, look at that. Everyday details. So that you can see the textured metallic paper here, which you've seen me use different times. So it comes in the 3 different colors, sort of a pewter color, gold, and copper, and they're textured. There is silver foil. There's also, now this is where it's important to read the fine print. There is the naturally gilded, so that's that kind of paper there, and you see it again being used here. There's also the oxidized copper, which is really neat. Let me just grab that because you kind of have to see it to believe it. I'm actually getting a little bit low. So there is the oxidized copper with the peacock. And here is the oxidized copper with the, let me just double check here, with copper, I guess. So there we go. I am actually using these for some Christmas cards, and it works beautifully. So we've got that there. Also, if you're really enjoying metallics, and it's the season as we head into making Christmas cards, there are the gift cards and the pre-made cards here, the gold foil sheets, enamel effects. So there's all kinds of metallic stuff in the catalog. There's also metal or metallic when we look at some of our designer paper. So if you look at the Season of Green and Gold designer paper, that this is just some of it here. We're going to use these 3 sheets here because they are gold. Okay, so that's what we're going to zero in on. So let's start. Now, Sue's card has a card base. We're going to go with that, but we're going to go with black. So we're going to go with basic black. This, should open this up again. This is half a sheet of cardstock. So it's 5.5 by 8.5, scored in the center at 4 1/4. So no fancy folds tonight. The fancy is the metallic paper tonight. So we've got our card base just like that. Then we're going to bring in 2 pieces of very vanilla. One is for the inside and one is going to go on the outside. It's going to be a layer. And then we're going to bring in basic black. So this is just a smidge smaller. It's going to go on here. So let me just talk you through the card first, and then we're going to choose a design or an embossing folder to go with this. So somebody's waiting for the banana loaf. I made banana muffins today. Perfect. We must all have been in the, we had a slew of frozen bananas to use up. That's why. So for the paper that went this way, like that, I am going to be using these 3 different designs. So the gold and vanilla. Now, when I went to play around a little bit, when I opened up the Greetings of the Season dies, I happened to spy this, and this die is basically the right size for that, right? That's what I thought anyway. So I used this die and I cut out 3 pieces here like that, and I'm going to cut these off. So just let me just layer this so you can see. Oh, sorry, I'm just about ready to sneeze. So these are going to go on here a little more nicely than that. Then we're going to put a gold layer, and I'm taking that out because you have to make use of every single speckle of the gold. Then this is going to go on here. Then I used the golden greenery die. So here's my Get Acquainted sheet for that. I've shown it before. So these are sort of standalone dies, and then these dies go with the stamp set. So we're going to use, well, I'm going to give you a choice between this one and this one. And so let me just show you. So we can put that one on there, or, so we'll call this one the heart one. So should we use the heart one or the leaf one? Which do you think? Hi everybody. So glad you can join us and that you're watching. So which should we use? The heart one or the leaf one? Heart, leaf, heart. Okay, we'll go with the heart. So now you've got the basic layout that's going to be happening here. Let's move this aside and let's choose an embossing folder for here. You've got 3 to choose from, so get your fingers ready. Should we use Dashing Designs? So it's got that kind of a design like that. Painted Texture, so it just gives a bit of texture in the background. Or Exposed Brick. So brick, texture, or dashing. Which one should we use for this layer here? This one right here. Brick, texture, dashing. Which one should we use? Painted Texture. Oh, Catherine's got speedy fingers tonight. Oh, good for you, Catherine. Okay, we're going to go with that one. We'll bring in the Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine. And this is a 3D embossing folder. So we only need platform number 1. And then we're going to open up our folder and pop that in, and we don't need to worry about it being straight, so that's good. We'll put the fold in first and run it through. Now, when Sue taught us to make our card, we stamped on it, but this is just doing something a little bit different, and it's going to add a bit of interest, I think. There we go. So we'll move that out of the way. That's for the inside. It's going to keep falling out. So now our next step is we want to put our pieces of paper that go across. And that's the busiest. I think I'm going to put it in the middle. I'm going to move that out of the way too. And I'll put one here and one here. So I just have to cut the ends off. I'm going to use my paper trimmer and do that. I could stagger them, but I'm going to keep them all the same. So I'm just going to put them all together and cut them at one time. Make sure they're all even. And I'm not even measuring. I just know that I want the rounded end off. Well, actually it works out. It goes to number 3. So there we go, just like that. We've got that done. We're going to put these on. So I'm going to bring my silicone mat in and just run a little glue down each of these. Like that. And remember, our liquid glue will stay tacky and will still glue even if it dries. So I don't have to worry. I am going to be okay. Now I want those ends to match up with this, and I really love the little trick one of my downline taught me about using the edge of my paper trimmer, the lip, and using that to line things up. So I've got this right up against it. I've shown this before, but some of you might be new, and I'm going to make that snug up against it. And now see, it's going to be flush beautifully. Okay. I love little tricks like that. And then we're going to put this one down here, and your spacing is totally optional. You can put them close together, far apart, whatever you want. I actually remember doing, I think, secret stamping during Stamping Staycation several years ago, and doing a very similar design to this way back then. There we go. So now see how easy that is to get that nice and flush. Now we'll put that on here. I really like the painted texture as our embossed layer. It just adds the right amount of interest, I think. There we go. Now we'll put that on the card front. Now we can use dimensionals or not. I think I will use dimensionals. And I've actually got some black ones sitting here, so I'll just use them. For those of you who don't know, when you order the black dimensionals, they come with both mini and regular size. So they're a very handy adhesive to have. I love having them around. There we go. And we'll put that on here. And look at how the gold and vanilla just pops on the black. Just like that. All right, now we're going to work on this layer here. Now we're going to have just that narrow border, and so I die cut this. I'm going to use that on another project. I don't like to waste that special paper, so I've done that. This is going to go on here, and you're going to have another decision coming up here real soon. And this is going to go on here. Ooh, this is going to be one elegant card. I love it. So I'm going to use the Everyday Greetings, and I think I'm going to just go with the word friend. Now, what I love about this set is that like it has friend in both block letters and in script, and it has words that you can put together, but I think I'll use friend, and then later on I can put happy anniversary, happy birthday, best wishes, hope you're feeling better, whatever. So here's the question. Should I stamp right on here and emboss? So stamp and emboss on the black. So on the black, I guess that would be it. Or should I do it on a tag and go like that? So it's hard to visualize, I know. So I cheated a little bit and did one ahead of time. So should I stamp and emboss, whoops, sliding around, or should I do a tag? I see emboss already. Well, that didn't take long. Way to go. All right, so here we go. I've already done it. I could even get you to choose which friend you want to do, but since I've already done it, there we go. I just have to show you my new embossing powders arrived tonight. So I had the black, the basics, but now I have the gold and the silver and the copper, and I am loving them. So I showed you last week a little bit, a comparison. Let me just show you here. So these are the old ones here, and these are the new ones. So the silver, gold, copper, and white. And I just find these are much brighter, and they seem to emboss almost, I don't know, nicer, I think. I don't know. They give it a little more wow, hence the name. So I think I used my old, no, I used my new one, new gold on that friend. Like I said, it just arrived, so I was just playing with that very shortly. I haven't had much time. So let's assemble our card here. Now, when I am gluing onto metallic, so I find that liquid glue slips sometimes. So I like to actually bring in glue dots and use that in conjunction with. You can use both, but this is just me. You might be just fine with your liquid glue on metallic. I just find it's really slippery because the metallic's so slippery. So I tend to like to use a dry adhesive, either glue dots or seal. That's a personal preference. Now again, I'm just doing a tiny border like that. Yes, especially the metallic embossing powders. When they get old, they don't work as well, do they, Bonnie? I find the regular ones fine, the basics, but the old ones, they only, metallic ones in the past have only lasted a certain period of time. They last quite a long time, but you also tend to use them forever. So if they seem like they're not working and you've re-inked your Versamark pad, it could be that your metallics are old and they need replacing. So I am putting this on dimensionals. No one knows we took a bit of that gold out of there. So there we go, just like that. And now we're going to put this on. How many of you are liking this card? And for what occasions would you use this card? There's a good question. I saw somebody say anniversary or wedding. Yep, I think so too. But are we limited to that? I'm not putting glue on every leaf, just a few. I like when I'm working with leaves to have it kind of free and easy. There we go, like that. It is elegant, isn't it? It's after doing the boots and stuff the last few weeks, I've kind of gone a different direction. Now we have some options. We could put a bow on there using the gold trim. Let's just rest it there and see. So if we use it, I'll trim it up and make it prettier. So we've got that. We also have some gold embellishments. So we have the adhesive back sparkle gems. I'm just going to rest them like that. We have the iridescent foil gems. So these are clear, but they have a bit of gold in them. Let's see if I can peel it off. This is a new one. Usually I have them peeled off. So there we go. So you know you're going to be making a choice here. So be thinking. I have one more. I know, not fair, but anyway. This is adhesive backed metallic gems. So we have gold on here too. Let's see. So we have metallic, sparkle, or we'll just say clear. Which gems would you use? Metallic, sparkle, clear. Metallic, sparkle, clear. Sparkle. Okie dokie. We are going with sparkle. I'll get this out of the way. So the sparkle, I find that the sparkle gems, you just can't go wrong because you've got gold, you've got sort of clear or silver, and you've got black, and they are just great. So be thinking, do we need the ribbon or not? Be thinking about that as I put the gems on, and of course all you need to do is say ribbon or no ribbon. And so what we could do is put one of these here instead of the ribbon. Ribbon or gem? No ribbon. Okay, there we go. I was leaning that way too, Marie. It just seems to have enough going on, doesn't it? Like that. So there you have it. There's the inspiration. And there we have a totally different look. Now, I can hear some of you saying, what about the inside? Well, I did cut an extra piece using that same die that I used for the strips here. And we could put it here like that. We could put it here. You could do whatever you wanted on the inside with that gem, right? Or with that strip of paper. So you know that I haven't stopped, right? So we've got not Gail's. We've got Sue's card. We have got mine here, and you love that strip. Yes, Maggie, isn't that neat? I was pretty inspired that I was pretty pleased with myself that I thought to use it. It just seems to work so well. Then you know that I did a whole pile of these, so I thought, ooh, and I just used scrap paper and I staggered them and I brought them in from this side rather than this side. So there's another version of that card. And of course, you could always go this way and have them coming this way as well. So there's that. And then I did receive a swap card from Sue. So the same lady from here. And she did sort of this, but it's a variation. So she used this. I just love burgers, so this was so tempting. But she used the strips of paper, but she put some coming from this side, some from this side, varied the color, but you've still got your piece here like that, and you've got things going on, and she stamped the plaid in the background. So once you get a card layout idea, you can take it and go 1,000 different directions. So I went elegant with this, and then I had just fun with this. You can do whatever you want. And instead of doing 2 or 3 layers, I just did the white layer on here and just gave it a little bit bigger border. I could have added a colored layer there too. So there you have it. So remember, today is the July 29th, so you only have a couple of days to take advantage of the exclusive to July deals. So make sure you do that. Let me know if you want a mini catalog, and I will make sure you get one. And I hope you try this layout. I think it has tons and tons of potential. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.